What it, y'all? Is Coffee tapping back in, man. How you guys doing? Hit them buttons. But you see this ish right here? Don't ever do this, right? This guy slapping the bull on the ass. What in the fuck, man? I don't know if this is in Spain. Someone comment and let me know if y'all know. Like, this befuddles me that people love to do this, that this is a thing. I mean, different hemisphere of the globe, you know what I mean? Life is different, but it just seems crazy to me to go out there in the streets and run with the bulls. Fuck that. I just can't do it. But comment anyone if you've ever done this, if you'd like to do this, or if you're like me where you're like, fuck all that. You see, that almost went bad for dude though, right? He almost got gored. But WACK100 back in the news as always, guys, and I don't know, this kind of metaphorically reminded me of Wack, right? Like, is Wack always slapping the bull? Is Wack always stirring up some ish? You know what I'm saying? Like, Wack almost just got gored right up out of the blogosphere. As we know, things have been going bad for him recently. Chased off stage by Big U's affiliates, reportedly. We know what really happened, right? You know, he's been going extra hard on Clubhouse lately to try to move on from that. You know, the whole thing getting chased off stage, and as well, that private video, we'll call it, from the telly that leaked out. So he's trying to do any and everything to move on from that, to take the attention off him. But we know it could have been much worse, right? Like, don't forget about that whole scandal that SPI was exposing, where there was a lot of other women that we were hearing he was acting very wacky Weinstein-ish, right? Like some Harvey Weinstein type ish, being all inappropriate with females via FaceTime. Like this, let's keep it a buck. I don't think that really shocked anyone that Wack is a creep, deviant type behavior-ish and all that. But speaking of SPI, it's wild, man. I don't know if you guys caught the interview that went down over there on Bomb First. That platform is really trying to help WACK100 out. I'm a fan of Bomb First, and I know Reggie Wright Jr. and Wack have a good relationship and all that. Reggie's a cool dude. I've chopped it with him before. He's cool as fuck, but he got a lot of love for Wack. He's trying to help Wack out in his time of need, you know, where he had become the laughingstock of the internet. But it's wild, guys. I don't know if you caught it. He was saying a lot of wild-ish about Spider Loc, and a lot of it was flat out lies. Like, I believe SPI already addressed it, like him saying SPI's on the crystal, and SPI couldn't get in the club without WACK100. SPI already spoke to that. But one thing that I want to speak about that I can tell y'all 100%, I don't know if you guys caught, where he went on this whole rundown about how Spider Loc started his whole YouTube channel and everything like that strictly out of him being mad at Wack for Wack not wanting to sign him to Cash Money West. And that couldn't be the furthest thing from the truth. I got a whole nother video out there where I got the clips in there and everything, where SPI talks about it. I'll try to link it below if I can find it. If not, maybe we'll do a new one. Comment and let me know if you guys are intrigued to hear a little more what I'm speaking on. But basically, man, y'all know Jay Coffee Talk, the internet nerd. I come on here, I make the vids, does what I does. People either tap in with it and kick it with me and Coffee Talk it up, or they don't. You know, it is what it is. I'm always going to keep doing what I do, and that's a fact. That's just what it is. But when Spider Loc first reemerged on the scene, right, there's a video that he was trying to say Spider Loc made a fake video and sent it to Wack, talking about will Wack sign SPI to Cash Money West. That ain't what happened at all. I made that video on an old account, and Spider Loc had just reemerged on the scene in the blogosphere. He was going live on Instagram. The fans all wanted to know, where's SPI been all these years? What happened with the G-Unit deal? What happened at the gas station, etc.? You know what I mean? And at the same time, when SPI hops on the scene, WACK100 is talking about he's scouting for talent for Cash Money West. And that's where I was like, yo, to me, this only makes sense. Well, he signed SPI, you know what I mean? Like the G Unit thing didn't work out. SPI's back from his hiatus, you know what I mean? Because if y'all recall, he was gone for a while. And to me, it only made sense. I think SPI is nice. I think he's dope. I think his music's fire. I think he knows how to use them, bars. He got bars, all that. Like, I almost think, comment, y'all, could you see SPI in the battle world? I swear, I don't know. But anyways, I put that video out and I kept putting these posts up about, Wack always says SPI is his family. We'll try to use his name to his advantage and stuff. Like he does with everyone else, man. He stays name dropping like a game verse or whatever. But SPI, I did an interview with him and everything. And, he already was launching his YouTube thing, and he more or less sent Wack that to prove a message, because he was like, he ain't gonna sign me. And I'm like, he's always speaking highly of you. He calls you his family, this, that, and the third. And he was like, nah, that's a lot of the flunkery that he's up to in the games that he plays. And you're gonna see a lot of things unfold as this moves on. He had already been YouTubing and everything. So I don't know. It's weird. It's like WACK100 really... like SPI gets on his nerves, I guess. He can't take it, like that SPI puts a lot of the truth about WACK100 out there. You know what I'm saying? From the Rosemont footage to other things. He's a dirty politician. That's WACK100 for y'all. But comment and let me know what you guys think. And also... comment, like I said, if you want to tap more into that situation, what I'm speaking about, I'm going to try to find that video and link it below. Check in the comments for it. And in other news, something else about Wack, I want to know what y'all think about. Reportedly, Wack is working on acquiring the rights to Orlando Anderson, better known, as Baby Lane, who majority of people believe, was the killer of Tupac, R.I.P., to the legend Pac, the GOAT. But Wack says he thinks that's a story that needs to be told. Comment and let me know if that intrigues you, if you guys think he will, get those rights to Baby Lane's story, if he'll tell the story, if you're interested in seeing it. Do you think that will ruffle some feathers? If you guys recall, when Glasses Malone did the Tupac Must Die jump off, y'all remember that? Like, the internet went crazy. It was highly controversial, but I don't know. Will Wack bring the Baby Lane story to the blogosphere, to the world? What do y'all think?
Top 5 LA rap albums ever.
Top 5 LA rap albums ever. Number 1, The Chronic.
Okay.
For me. And this is for me, right?
Yeah.
The Chronic at number 1, just because in order of appearance is important to me, because everyone is motivated by things that happened before them. I have to go with Doggy Style after that. And I mean, I feel like The Chronic was low-key Snoop's first album too.
Definitely.
Right? And then Doggy Style. After that, it would have to be the documentary, just because of what that album did. I did that in a time when LA, where I was the only the biggest rapper, you know what I'm saying, in LA, and I held it down for almost 10 years alone.
Yeah.
The whole coast, the beats that came with it, wars with, whoever I went to war with. At number 4, for me, it would have to be Good Kid, Mad City. Because I watched Kendrick and his essence, going from literally a good kid in the Mad City, how he fought through being non-affiliated and staying the course, and then putting out that album, which was the one that should have won the Grammy to me. Not saying that I listened to Damn yesterday. It was incredible again. But Good Kid, Mad City was an amazing first project. And then at 5, I feel inclined to say Death Certificate, just because of what that was to me. So.
All right, speaking of the game and WACK100 and all that, you hear that there, the game's top 5 West Coast albums of all time. Number 1, The Chronic, followed by Doggy Style. And he said something there that rings very true, in my opinion, how The Chronic was almost kind of like Snoop's debut project as well. There's a crazy time to think back on that era, man. Remember when Snoop came through on that deep cover jump off? Everyone was like, man, this dude is lit, and he was a big part of the Chronic. And it kind of makes me think of, too, you guys remember when Dr. Dre 2001 or the Chronic 2001, whatever you want to call that project. As we know, he initially wanted to call his project the Chronic 2000, but the Row, Death Row 2.0, I guess we could call it. They beat him to the punch and put out their Chronic 2000, which was like crazy, man. We had a lot of what a lot of individuals like to refer to as imposter rappers, the fake Tupac, the fake Snoop, and I don't know, it's kind of wild. So Dre had to name his 2001. But you guys remember Hitman was all over 2001 and was supposed to be the next big thing up on Aftermath, but it never happened. He was even at the end of the Forgot About Dre video. It's crazy thinking back on that era as well. But I don't know, Hitman. Man, things didn't pan out for that guy. That's kind of wild. Then, of course, he has him at number 3. Do you think he rated himself too high, or do you agree that the documentary deserves that slot? And then, of course, Kendrick, debut project, Good Kid, Mad City, industry debut. We know he had other little tapes out and such before, but of course, y'all know what I'm saying. And then Death Certificate. Let me know what y'all think about that. Top 5. Man, this ish is getting crazy here. As I put out yesterday, Charleston White was going at T.I. talking about box me. You know what I mean? We can make a whole event out of it. Charleston White versus T.I. Charleston White son versus T.I. son. And it's crazy a lot of the ish that this man is saying. Man, he's talking a lot of ish about T.I.'s son. And I'll leave it at that. Y'all see the different ish popping up. I'm not even going to say some of that stuff. But T.I. was like, yo, don't talk about people's family. Please stop. And why do you kick up dust when you don't really want no smoke? As you see, he just had that incident the other day in Texas. And he's already, let it be known he's alerted the authorities about T.I.'s son, threatening him. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. And I tell you all the time, I'm not a tough guy or none of that. You know what I mean? There's nothing wrong. Civilians ain't gangsters. If civilians got to call the law or whatever, it's one thing. But what do you guys think about the way Charleston White antagonizes situations and really goes in and, really works beefs up and then calls the law? What do y'all think about that? Comment. But this last rant that he went on is crazy, man. He's telling T.I., fuck you. If you don't think I'm a comedian, treat me like I'm not one. I pulled your resume. You ain't gonna do ish. Like, I don't know. This situation's crazy, but Charleston White, it just keeps turning it up to the maximum. Like, you think that you heard him go in, you're like, God damn. Like, even though we know this is the internet and this is what people do, he's talking a lot of ish. And then he talks more. It's crazy, y'all. Close things out real quick, man. 50 Cent, as we know, severed ties with stars. I still want to know what's going to happen with that BMF season 2, man. Well, when's that coming out? And what's going to happen to the Power universe? Are we going to see that continue to, release new stuff or what? But we already know he has the Hip Hop Homicides jump off coming out, going to be narrated by Van Lathan on AMC. But now he's got a new one. This is interesting to me. 'Cause this is about like making money, right? DJ Envy has done all kinds of content and seminars and different things, letting people know he's heavily involved in the real estate world. And it looks like 50 linked with Envy. It's got this reality show coming. That Hip Hop Homicide's coming on November 3rd. But he's also got this, it's called Property Players, a show about the real estate game, reality show, going to be starring DJ Envy. So what do y'all think? Are you guys going to tune in for that one? I think it's dope, though, when individuals, like, don't get me wrong, it's the entertainment world. People want to be entertained. People want to hear, all the ish going on in the blogosphere. People want to hear new music. People want to watch new movies. Myself, I'm in that category. I want, to tap into all that ish, everything going on in the blogosphere. But at the same time, to hear of making money, You know what I mean? It's dope when people do that. You know, there's a lot of ish out there where people don't know about leveling their life up because they just don't never learn, you know, different things when it comes to your credit or different hustles and stuff like that. Because let's face it, man, you know, even with inflation and all that, the current ratio nowadays when it comes to wages, cost of living and different stuff like that, like times is hard out here, you know, and unless you got like a really, really good thing going financially, you always need a side hustle or another way to make money. And like, I'm not even just speaking to the real estate game, but as far as online and everything, there's a lot of side hustles. There's a lot of ish going on out here, you know, so always gotta hustle. And even if motherfuckers are financially set, right, it's always good to make more money, right? But I don't know, guys, let me know if y'all watch that show. And let's talk about all these other topics we covered on this one. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to sub up. Hit them buttons. It's Coffee signing out. I'm about you guys. Peace.